That's right. We're not on
Right.
video. This is not, I'm
Yeah.
not show ready. Doesn't
I know
matter.
neither am I. But I
Good
love that as soon
morning.
as we hear her voice, we go, oh,
We're
okay,
on.
let me
We're
fix.
on. As soon as we hear the voice, recording. How are you, my
Oh,
sister? Look at us with our
I'm
coffees.
good. I got our
Cheers.
coffee. Cheers. I know. Yeah, we're podcasting early today, so this is kind of
Mhm.
nice. We're connecting and wanted to fill in folks on a couple of things. So super exciting.
Lightworkers Unite is a podcast and social show hosted by intuitive women, lightworkers, and most importantly, friends, Mayume and Manjeet. Welcome to our podcast, Lightworkers Unite, where we believe there is a lightworker within all of us.
Whether you are a medium, an educator, or a nuclear medicine technologist, there is a lightworker within you, and we have work to do.
This is a safe and sacred place where lightworkers connect, grow, and learn.
And share our light with the world. I'm happy to spend the morning with you.
Me too. This is great. I know we have really we've slowed down in our weekly podcasts. With beautiful reasons, right? Life is busy and there's a lot going on right now. So so thank you, listeners, for your patience. And we will be starting up again soon this year, and we will be weekly, and we're going to have guests. We keep promoting that and telling people, but
Yes.
we really are. We really, really
Yeah.
are.
Oh, yeah. Well, and I think, we were kind of talking about this this week. And I think maybe people in the audience or people that are listening, audience, for me, like very live.
Our listeners.
I think there are phases, right? Phases in everyone's life where we're doing and doing and doing and producing and producing. But then there's other times in our life where we're more quiet, right? We're more pensive and we're more in strategy, we're, healing, right? And so
Healing.
I know in your life right now, you've got your mother and she's a big part of your life that can, take away some of your time and freedom right now. And then,
Freedom. Yeah, that's a big
yes,
word for me. We know that. Yes.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's a struggle. And we all know that this too shall pass. I mean, that's kind of been the
yes,
theme of things, right? Like I just
absolutely.
realized, right? The kidney stone, this too shall pass, and going through
Yeah.
that. And I know that this time with my mom is unique and special, but it's not sustainable for myself or my family. And to have her in our home, it's very hard on the space and all of us. So
Oh,
again,
yeah.
we're continuing to look for options and help. But it might mean that it boils down that we have to spend the money to
Yeah.
do that. We're kind of hoping that
Yeah.
Medicaid would help us out with that, but it's not so the case in this state.
Mhm.
You have to private pay a lot, first. So it's very
Yeah.
expensive. I'm sure everyone listening who has
Yeah.
gone through this knows it is super expensive to have in-home care, and then putting your parent into a memory care facility of some sort or assisted living is extremely expensive if they don't
Yeah.
have the money. So yeah.
Yeah. It's been a real journey for you. And,
Yeah.
I think it's important to kind of acknowledge like sometimes our energy is shifted and we have to take care of other things. We have to kind of pause some of these things. And it doesn't mean we're consciously neglecting, all of our responsibilities, but I think things have to take priority, and I think for me, the hardest part about that is I judge myself about it. Like, why can't I just do it all? Like, why can't I just make a consistent schedule? We do the podcasts every week. And why can't it's always in my calendar? But, shit just
Same.
keeps piling on. In the last like couple months, it's been just like, holy shit.
Yes. Holy
Right?
shit. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. In both of our
And
lives. Absolutely.
yeah.
And we know that it will always be here. And I know that it will be something we're always going to have this. We're going to continue. In fact, it's going to morph into and turn into a show, much more of a YouTube channel show is what we're hoping for. So feel that. And,
Yes.
and just know that that's coming, but we have to get through some stuff right now.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah.
I know. you've been very open about your Bertha sitch.
Yeah. I know. So let's
Oh,
talk
this
about that really quick.
blood.
Because yeah. So last Thursday, which was February 22nd, 2022, in my meditation, spirit, my guides kind of talked me into doing this. Actually, I was going to do it just with a small group of women, like my core people. I was going to do this with, like, hey guys, and I was going to call it the friend experiment and see if everyone could just send me to get my kidney stone. That's what we're talking about, by the way, listeners. If you're not subscribed to my newsletter, you would not know this, but I have had, I don't even know if it's still there, a kidney stone, a 6 millimeter kidney stone in my left kidney. And it wasn't passing. And I had been in the ER and I have had very little to almost no pain, just 2 episodes of a lot of pain, and then it went away. So it's moving, but I decided to ask for help. And I wanted to do a distant energetic healing experiment. And of course, people do this all the time with prayers. I've done this before with other people where we send love and light to someone specific on a certain time. So it was 2:22, 4:44 p.m., because 444 is my number. And for 4 minutes, where I asked everyone to set an intention. I kind of gave everyone what to say if they needed help. But the intention was to blast my kidney stone, AKA Bertha, and to blast this bitch right out of my kidney into a million little pieces so that she would pass with unnecessary pain, is what my intention was. I wanted unnecessary pain. Someone asked me, do I want to feel it? And I think a lot of people with all the horror stories. So thank you, everyone, by the way, all of you lovely people who shared horror stories with me of what you endured or so-and-so endured. I'm like, oh my God, scaring the shit out of me. But I was like, I do actually want to experience feeling it. I absolutely did and do, I guess.
Wow.
But I didn't want to be on the floor writhing in pain. Let's just be honest. I didn't want that. And I've had dreams of me doing that where I'm on the floor and the dream is like, yep, it's passed, right? 2 of those.
Wow. Yeah.
So one before the energetic healing blast, before the experiment, and then a dream after the experiment. So 2 of them. So, and I've been feeling or had felt that day. So that's what people are wondering. I had so many people say, well, what happened? What did you feel? Did it pass? I feel as though, yes, I think it blasted. I don't think it's one stone. I think it is now like little stones. And I think they were passing individually because I was having burning and sensations and pulsating after the experiment. But during the experiment, and I did a live video because I was trying to find words and I did come up with words, but I need to share with you that I feel every soul should feel what I felt. To have that much energy blasted at you with love and positive intention for healing was extraordinary. It was miraculous. It was out of this world. It felt like, and I said this, holy love. I don't know what else to, it felt so holy, like this. I was in a bubble of energy for sure. And then I was like raised up. I could see 7 archangels that showed up. I was kind of mind blown about that. I know some people are like, what? But I'm telling you, my eyes were closed and then I opened them and I was like, they're right here. And they each had a lightning bolt, which I thought was interesting because except for Michael, he had a sword now that I think of it, but everyone had a lightning bolt and they were pushing it into the ground in front of me. So they were like in a little semicircle in front of me. And then they were pushing this into the floor. I don't know what that means. And then I was up in the clouds, boom, like we're like vast and my energy was spreading all over and I could feel all the love. And then I was all of a sudden underwater and I could see the water above me. At first I wasn't sure where I was, but I was like, what? And I could see waterfalls above me. So I thought I am under the water. And then I was back in my body bubbles popping all throughout my side, my left side, and in my midsection. I was like, are they burning fat? Are fat cells dying? Yes. It was like, I'm like, take it all. We should do that. We should try that. Can we blast fat cells from afar?
Yeah, no kidding. Reabsorb that. Get it out.
Yeah, blow them up and pass it. So anyway, but the love, it was that blast, it was bursts of intense love and full joy, absolutely joy. So it was incredible. And it made me cry a little bit because of the love was so strong. I thought to myself, oh my God, everyone's doing it. I can feel it. Everyone's doing it. And then to hear, and people were texting me all, I did it. And this is what I saw. And told me their experiences, which was wild. And so I'm just really, really deeply, deeply grateful and so blessed to have such a beautiful community that was willing to partake in this experiment. And like I said, people have done prayer circles, and there's prayer warriors, and people have done this before all over the place. And I just wanted my little community of guided gatherings, subscribers and friends and clients, to know that this is so, and this is powerful. And I wanted to be kind of the guinea pig or witness it so that I could share, and so that we can have healing groups like this for those who need it. And I'm already getting people saying, sign me up. I know someone, I should say, they don't say sign me up. Everyone says, I have someone that could benefit from this. Isn't that cool?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's the power of the collective, right? And
yes,
this is actually like real science. This is like power of intention and focused intention.
Yes.
Yeah. We're all energy in the end, right? So that's like such a powerful thing. I know I can share my experience with you, doing this with you. I was like, I had started about 4 or 5 minutes beforehand because I just like to kind of get settled, and I just felt nauseous. I just felt so sick, like my whole stomach and like my throat and my whole chest. I was like, oh my God, I think I'm going to vomit. And I thought, oh my gosh, is this what Mayume has been living with? Because, when you have
nausea,
stones, it's very common to have nausea and pain, and in lots of little intermittent pain, sharp, sometimes dull, whatever. Yep. But I thought, oh my God, my sister, I can't believe you've been feeling this nausea. Like it was so bleh, I was like, oh no. I think I even asked you after. I was like, oh my God, is this what you've been dealing with for like the last fucking 3 weeks, 4 weeks?
Yes,
it's so crazy. You're so strong, Mayume. That was just, I just remember feeling like, wow, this is really intense. And I just felt like it went so quickly too. And I'm wondering if other people that were sending you love. I kind of closed my eyes and then I woke up and it was like 444. It was 450. So I was like, whoa, that was so cool. Like
so fast.
I didn't even
4
feel
minutes
like
goes
it.
by so fast. Right. Exactly.
Yeah. It was amazing. It was just so cool. But yeah, I'm so happy that you had that experience and you got to feel the love and the light. And it does feel like zap, zap, zap. Like
zap, zap, zap,
like
baby.
Go, get out. Right. Yeah. That was awesome.
Yeah. We're blasting Bertha. And so, people were coming up with the cutest hashtags too. Bye, Bertha. Blast Bertha. And it just cracks me up. It just, team blast Bertha. I just was I'm just so humbled. That's the only word I could feel. I'm deeply humbled and just like, wow. And the experiment was such a huge success. So I'm just really grateful. So thank you, everyone. I loved hearing about the experiences. I had a couple of Reiki practitioners and friends and clients who shared with me what they saw in their meditation while they were sending me this intention. And Sharon, hello, Sharon, man. She told me, Mayume, we were in a bubble together. I could see you perfectly. And she said, I asked who was going to be here. And she said, I was told Archangel Raphael was going to be there to help blast this. And she saw it break into a million pieces. She said she was buzzing afterwards, right? And I'm curious to see how many people I had people say they felt buzzy.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's how
Yeah.
powerful the energy is.
For
Yeah.
sure. It's so cool. I know. And she's a really powerful Reiki master too. So
She's so powerful.
You brought out the big guns, kid. I
Yeah,
know.
I love it. And I have to read, I think she would be okay with this. I don't have to say her name, but I have to read. I do soul sessions with her, and this is what she said about what happened. I love this all so much. I don't know about anyone else, but I, for one, will do this every single day if there is need. I mean, if we can really be that powerful that we can actually better someone's life and change the trajectory of someone's health, then what is 4 minutes a day? So whatever list you're compiling, please put me at the very top. My people pleasing and I have to take care of the world issues are so happy right now.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, I mean, we might be.
I feel this, whether it's guided gatherings, infinite balance, or Lightworkers Unite, whether it feels like Lightworkers Unite, that we would maybe create a healing group, right?
Oh, yes. I love that. Well, and I would love to be maybe a participant.
Yes. Yes.
I think all of us need to be on the receiving end of this. It's
yes, we do.
powerful.
In fact, that's what I'd like to talk about. If you're open, and we have discussed this, if you're open to it, I feel that you should be the next receiver of this miraculous and magical energy. Because we have 311 is the date for you, which is 11 is such a powerful number too. In which you may need us to do this. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm open. But it does, like, you feel kind of, I relate to what you were saying before. You're like, oh, I had resistance to asking because, you feel like, oh, indulgent or selfish somehow, right? Like,
yeah,
it healing, like, okay, what really? Come on, I don't, but I am going into battle
you are
on March 11th. So for folks who have been following my journey since November, I'll just back up a little bit and share.
Yes.
I was diagnosed with breast cancer 5 years ago. November would have was 5 years clear of that breast cancer. But unfortunately, they did find some abnormal cells in this latest mammogram. So, public service announcement, please, everybody. I know it sounds kind of scary and all that good stuff, but early detection is everything. So, get your mammogram, sign up, get it on your calendar, because it could save your life. Yeah. So they did find some abnormal cells. I had a lumpectomy in December, and some of the pathology came back a little bit weird. So
right. Yeah. And that's
that
exactly
stupid.
Right. Strange, weird. Yeah.
And my surgical team and my oncologist, that we all believe and feel that I will be having a mastectomy on my left side, March 11th. And so
So we're going to rally around and we're going to do this. And thank you for sharing, my sister. I know how hard that is to share on such a large scale, because it's been just your core people right now. So to really put it out there, I acknowledge and I hold space for you, because that is really hard. And I'm so proud of you for sharing, because it is, again, now, fuck Bertha. I mean, who gives a shit about a kidney stone, really? So let's be honest. Okay. But for whatever reason,
she's still a pain in the ass, or the kidney.
Right. But in reality, you and I shared about what is going on. It's both left sides for us. It's my left kidney, your left breast. I'm passing a stone and shedding a stone, and you're shedding a breast. And I'm so deeply sorry, because we women don't want to do that. Let's be honest. We really truly don't want to do that. But we want to live, we want to survive. And for whatever reason, the universe is saying it's time to do that. And I have
Yeah.
no doubt. I feel in every cell that this is it. This will do it. So, so this, the surgery will entail that, but also the surgery is going to be, is that not happening? Do you want to talk about
Oh yeah. No, yeah. It's
what
just
else
going to
they're going
be
to
a
do?
it's going to be just a full reconstruction of the left breast.
Reconstruction.
So that'll be, it'll be 3 days in the hospital and then a couple weeks of just, being still and quiet, which for those of you who know me, might be a bit challenging.
No
So-
kidding.
yeah, but I'm kind of getting to this resolution, and we've been talking about shedding, like something is wanting to be released here.
Yeah.
It is, I mean, this is like our feminine power, right? It's our breasts and our female parts, right? Like, so I'm kind of coming to terms with the fact that this is, this is happening. It's going to be gone and then reconstructed, which is great. But there is a sense of like loss, and just technically, I should tell you all, if you're following this crazy journey, the before we did the mastectomy, I had a plethora of scans. So we were checking to make sure that, it hadn't spread anywhere, that my bones were okay, there's no metastatic disease. And, every scan that I did was completely clear. So that's really great. Like, this is a really, really good thing. Heart, liver, kidneys, everything is fantastic. My lymph nodes are clear. There's nothing, spread. There's just these like really funky cells that they just aren't taking any risk of. And
yes,
everybody kind of was, have been asking me like, what can we do? Like, are you okay? And I really am. I was telling Mayume this at lunch, the other day. I feel fucking great. Like, it would be one thing if I was feeling really sick or, hurting or anything, but I really don't. I feel really great. And so this all just feels like a what? Like, what the fuck? Like, it feels very like, okay, this is just something that's happening energetically and spiritually, maybe karmically. This is something I'm healing. And in order for me to be in my full power in this life, so I'm really embracing a lot of the spiritual messages, all the energetic messages, and then trying to integrate all of that with my emotional healing, because my physical body is going to change here. So I just wanted to, for those of you who have been following me and all of this, I feel fucking great.
I know.
I feel good. I know I feel great. And so I'm not quite sure what I need, other than, just all this beautiful love and light, and grace for me to heal. And I just, I don't know. I want this to be over now. Like, now I'm kind of like, okay, March 11th can't come fast enough.
Yeah.
Like,
Let's move on, right? Let's get going.
Let's go.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's how I felt about the kidney stone. That's how I felt about Bertha.
Yeah.
Like, look, I know you're sitting in here. Let's go. Let's get this going.
Yeah.
So maybe, and you and I are very connected. So perhaps I'm supposed to do the pain for you. Like, I'll sit in the pain so that you don't have to. And
I would not want that, though. Universe,
well, you know what
I don't want anybody to feel pain.
I know, but whatever reason. Well, that's why we've set the intention. Like, hey, if there's unnecessary pain here, let's not do that. We don't need any unnecessary pain. So it's really interesting. This left side maternal, right? It's feminine. That it's all happening on the left side, and we're all about feminine power and sisterhood. But it is also a sign of receiving, right? That receiving side, that's the moon energy. It's love. And it is the being, just kind of being and taking a rest and not always doing. And that's, I think our podcast has kind of reflected that we've been in such a mode of being right now and not doing. So it will turn, the cycle will turn, and we'll be ready to go. We'll be minus a kidney stone and minus a left breast.
A breast. Yeah.
Full
And you
breast.
know what?
But you're
It's
getting a
okay.
new one and you're
Yeah.
getting a fucking tummy tuck. I'll take that too. But right, that's going to
Yeah.
be amazing. Well, I
Well,
mean,
I
I shouldn't
mean,
say
yeah.
it's part of uh I know a couple of people who have endured that and that's a lot. It's a lot of reconstruction, but at least they can use your own cells,
Yeah.
the fat cells in your tummy to rebuild a beautiful
Yeah.
brand new breast. That'll be strong
Yeah.
and, why not use your body? I think that's
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
brilliant.
and with all the radiation that I've had, it's not ideal to have an implant. And so they want to use my own cells. It's called a flap reconstruction, which
Mhm.
kind of complicates the surgery, obviously. But it is, you're right. There's something really powerful about using your own cells, in order to reconstruct. So I'm kind of like, kind of curious to see how this is all going to pan out. But in the end, I just feel like this is what I've got to do, and I've got to walk through it, and I'm not alone. I mean, you're right. So many women are going through their own battle, and we're no exception. And a lot of women have had to have like double mastectomies, and you know. I know I had partial mastectomy 5 years ago with reconstruction, um, and now this is happening. So it's just kind of a weird, like, I just felt like I was kind of out of the woods, and then
Yep,
for it to kind of come up again has been a little unnerving for sure. But
sure.
I'm really trusting in the process and the universe, and know that I'm in really good hands. That's the one thing I really feel like my surgical team, my doctors, my
Mhm.
friends, like
Mhm.
the fact that I've worked in, nuclear medicine, in specializing in oncology. I mean,
Right.
this is my field. Like, it's so fucking weird being on the other side of this, being
Mhm.
in the scanner when I've dedicated my whole career to scan people, like in this
Mhm.
capacity, so that has been very amazing as well. And so these beautiful imagers that I've known for many years kind of coming into the light to help me. It's just been very, very surreal. Like, it feels
I'm
like, wow,
sure. I'm sure. Wow. Yeah.
you know, it was,
Yes.
and seeing the images, like, oh my God, I've seen about 1 billion bone scans, right? And then I'm like,
Mm.
holy shit, that's mine. Like, I
Oh,
can't believe this was happening. So these last couple months have been absolutely, just so crazy. But, Balby, my sister, had told me many, many years ago when I was first diagnosed with breast cancer. And she had said to me, because I was feeling kind of blue and low, and, oh, how can I do this presentation? Like, I just feel so depleted, and, I've got cancer. Like, this is like, I'm not strong enough. Like, you just get into this really, really dark place.
yeah.
And
Very
my sister
normal.
said,
Mhm.
yeah, absolutely. And my sister Balby said, Manjeet, are you cancer? And I looked at her and I was like, what? And she's like, she can be a bit of a hard ass, right? Like, my sister's a badass, and she don't take no shit, right?
I
So
love
she was like, man, are you cancer? And I said, well, no, of course I'm not cancer. And she goes, no, you're not cancer. You know who you are? You're Manjeet. You're
Mhm.
Manjeet. And I was like, okay. I'm like sobbing. We're on FaceTime, by the way, because she lives in
Yes.
England. And
Mm.
she's like, you're Manjeet. You're not fucking cancer. You're not a pathology. You're Manjeet. And I said, you know what? She's fucking right. And this is what I love sharing with my clients as a life coach is, you're not the situation that you're in, right? You are you, and you are
Mhm.
powerful and sovereign. And so it was so weird to again see it flipped, like she was flipping everything back at me, just like these, nuclear medicine people that are doing my scan now. And, I was just like, wow, like I'm Manjeet. And
Yeah.
so she's yelling at me. She's going, say it. Who are you?
I
And I'm like,
love you, Belby.
I'm Manjeet. I'm
Yeah.
Manjeet. So I'm like
Yes,
sobbing
you
like a fucking
are.
baby. But maybe if this serves anybody out there listening, even just one person that is feeling lost to their circumstances or their health, it's okay to feel sad, and it's okay to feel like you need to rest, like we were talking about today. But it's also okay to say, I am not this. I am.
That's right.
Manjeet. Yeah, I am Mayume. I'm not a kidney stone. Your name ain't Bertha.
My name ain't Bertha. I love it. Yes, I think
Your
that's so
is...
powerful. I remember that story. You're talking about that before, and I love that story. And I love what she gave you. Love you, Belby. I think that's so powerful for each and every one of us. And I'm listening to you and I'm inspired. Like, that's right. No matter what situation is coming up for me, whether it's my mom or whatever it is. And for each of you listeners out there, whatever you're going through, we're all going through something, right? Then just remember who you really are. You really are.
Yeah. You are more than the circumstance you're in, right?
Yes.
They don't define me. Like, this isn't going to define me.
Nope.
The fact that I am a fucking, I don't like to say cancer survivor. I've just never had an affinity for that. Not that anything's wrong with it.
I
but
agree.
I always
I know.
A thriver. I'm the cancer thriver. I'm the one. I want to I'm not just surviving this shit. I want to fucking blow through it and say, fuck you. Yeah. Like, okay, thank you. I learned a lot. That's good. Let's put that in the rearview mirror.
Yes.
Let's go. I'm at that place. I've been in pain, and I've been in sorrow, and I've been in fear. Absolutely. But you're catching this episode at a time when I've surrendered to what's happening, and I've kind of come through the other side, and now I'm ready for battle. Yeah. So, I just want to honor that this is a continuum. And I know as I get closer to the day, I'm going to bump into a little bit of fear again. I am kind of like, oh, fuck. I don't like being in pain. So I really I'm not looking forward to, like, the recovery is kind of but I know I can do it. Like, I did it 5 years ago, and that was really hard. And I know I can do it. And I think if I've got all of you and my beautiful sisters and my brothers that are listening to this beautiful podcast.
Yes, I know. Everyone loves you so much, Manjeet. Everyone loves you. And so we're going to do this. We're going to set up another healing circle, another experiment, if we want to call it. But yeah, so let's do it. Let's gather around. And I was sensing and feeling, I felt like Spirit was saying, not just blasting you with love and light, but also the team that's working on you with love and light, right? I felt like it was the whole room is lit up. So everyone involved in your healing and that is touching you and is in your vicinity, working on you, must also receive the love and light, that we are holding them in that space too, to be their best them while they're working on you. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And I love you. Thank you. That's so great. And
yes,
everyone who's listening and has been a part of this journey, and big, big Bertha and this mastectomy, I'm very, very grateful for all of you listening and loving me. It's just, and loving us. Like, this is just so great. I'm moved, and I can't wait to, experience all of that. Maybe, on the 11th, March 11th. Yeah.
Yes. We're going to
more details to follow.
More details to follow. So be on the lookout for that. That's happening. We're going to get through this. And then look at what April's going to bring. April, right, is going to bring so much. Well, that's when we're going to start to shift, and we'll be doing like yang energy is what I'm sensing, right? We're going to start doing. But we hope you guys are listening in, following us, and thank you so much for sharing your love. We both really, truly appreciate it. And I keep thinking about this. I know in the past, when I've called it our little rinky-dink operation, with this podcast that started off with maybe 5 listeners, right? 5 of our besties that were like, okay, we're going to do this, has grown so much. So now we are reaching so many more people, which is humbling, and we're just so grateful. But we hope to bring more information, healing, guidance to you guys, especially you light workers out there. We need you. The world needs you. So
so
come join
much.
us
Yeah,
and-
we have
so we're
we
grateful.
have work to do. We have
We
so
have
much work to do.
Yes.
We gotta just get through some of these little blips and these
Yeah.
blips in the road. That's what I tell my daughters and my husband. These are blips in the road, and they make us stronger in the end,
That's
right?
right.
They
That's
they
right.
build us and our character and our tenacity. Sometimes it's, it speaks volumes how we walk through these doors of challenge. We can walk
Yes.
through them with fear and pain and regret and shame and all of that. But you can also choose to walk through it with grace and acceptance and power. And that's kind of what I'm trying really to dig on, because I really, I want this to be
This is it.
done and powerful.
is.
Yes.
It's already done, my friend.
Yeah,
It is
it
already
is.
done.
Yeah,
done.
I love that. I love it. And I love you.
Love
Thank you for listening,
you, girl.
everybody.
Yeah. Thank you,
Mwah.
listeners, so much. We appreciate you guys so much. So, all right.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
All right.
Until
Have a
next
great
time.
evening. We'll see you soon.
All right. Love.
Mwah.
All our love.
Namaste.
Namaste. Bye.